Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Crochet. My name is Jeremy, and in this episode I'm going to be teaching you how to do a simple crochet blanket pattern. The pattern will actually be listed in the description box, and so you can follow along there, and you can also follow along in this video. So let's go ahead and get right to it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It means the world. Okay guys, I hope you're really excited about today's video. It's going to be definitely on how to make a blanket, the first steps. So today we're going to be using an 8mm hook. That's a size L, or the letter L. So it's an L 8mm hook. I'm going to be using True Colors Rose. This is a Yarn Bee yarn, and you can get it at Hobby Lobby. It is a size 6, super bulky it says, but yeah, I don't agree with that. But anyway, it's a bulky yarn, we'll just say that. And a little trick that I wanted to teach you guys is that whenever you're crocheting something and you have your ball of yarn and it's just rolling all over the place because you keep pulling on it and tugging on it, a good way to prevent that from happening is to just get yourself a cereal bowl. Get yourself a cereal bowl. You can put your yarn right into it, and as you crochet, it just like keeps it all in one spot. Now, something else I like to do is I found this chip clip, but you can use the giant paper clips that they have, the black ones with the little metal piece on the top of it. That has the eye. So what I like to do is I like to take my yarn, I like to clip this to the side of the bowl, and I just run my yarn through the clip here, the eye of the clip, and that just kind of keeps everything really nice. Keeps it going really great. So I hope that kind of helped you guys out, a little tip trick there for you. I'm gonna go ahead and put this aside now. Now today's lesson that we're gonna be doing is, this pattern is so easy to follow, you guys. It's a simple single, double, treble, single, single, treble, double, single. That is the pattern. Very easy to follow, very easy to do once you get used to doing your crochet stitches. So practicing on your single, your double, and your treble crochets is really going to help. It'll also, you making this blanket will also help you grow and get more confident with what you're doing, because it's just such an easy pattern to follow. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and make a swatch today for you guys, a practice swatch, and show you guys how to do it. Let's get started. So once you have your yarn, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and make a slip knot, which is taking your yarn, wrapping it around your finger twice, taking that first loop, pulling it over the second, and then taking that second loop and pulling it over the first and off of your finger. And then this is going to make a slip knot. So you just want to stick your hook through the slip knot, pull on one of the sides, and it'll tighten it up. And you want to kind of leave a nice little tail so that way you can weave it into the end when you're done with your project. Go ahead and get your yarn ready, wrap it around your hand, hold on to that tail on that little piece right there, that chain, and you're going to want to go ahead and chain 10. So let's chain 10. So now that I have my chain made here, what I'm gonna want to do is to keep that 10, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, is I'm gonna want to chain one more, and then this very first hole here, I'm gonna want to go ahead and start my single crochets in. So that's finding that hole, going through that chain, yarning over, pulling it through the hole, you'll have 2 loops on your hook, then you'll go ahead and just yarn over and pull it right through both of those. That's your first chain. So let's go ahead and crochet across these chains in a single crochet. Now, see, my chains are kind of curling. Don't worry about that. All you got to do is play with it a little bit and it'll straighten right out. So don't worry about that. Okay, so now that I'm done with my first row of single crochets here, I'm gonna want to go ahead and to chain 2, 1, 2, because we're going to do a double crochet, a row of double crochets. So go ahead and chain 2, and in this very first hole here, as you can see, there's like a hole here, a hole here, here. They just go right across there, all those little holes. So what we want to do is we want to go into this very first hole right here at the bottom of those those 2 single chains that I did right there. So what you want to do is you want to yarn over, go through that very first hole, making sure you're getting through both of these loops right here. Should look like a V on your hook right now. And so you want to get through both the front and the back loop there. And you're going to yarn over, pull it through, and yarn over again, pull it through the 2 loops, then yarn over and pull it through the next 2 loops. And that is your first double crochets right there. So let's go ahead and move on. We're gonna go ahead and double crochet across to the end here. And I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video for you guys, so that way you guys can go ahead and crochet at your own speed. And as soon as you're done catching up to the end, when they're done crocheting your 10, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, so that way you guys can go ahead and do your double crochets. And as soon as you're done doing your double crochets, go ahead and start the video back up. Okay, so once you get your double crochets all the way across, what we're going to do next is we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to turn our work. Now, instead of going into this very first hole here, we're going to go into the second one right here, and we're going to do that as a treble crochet. So we're going to yarn over twice. We're going to go through this hole, not the first one, but the second one, and we're going to yarn over, catch that yarn, pull it through that hole, and there will be 4 loops on your hook here. So let's go ahead and yarn over, pull it through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull it through the next 2 loops, yarn over and pull it through the next 2. Now this first 3 chains that you did right here is going to count as your first treble crochet. So this will be 1, 2, and then we'll go ahead and treble crochet across this whole row here. And I'm going to go ahead and let you guys crochet at your own speed. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video right here, and you guys go ahead and treble crochet and start the video back up whenever you're ready. Okay, so now that you have your treble crochets done across your row, you're going to want to go ahead and chain 1, turn your work, and then in the very first hole, we're going to start single crochets again. So you're just going to go right into that hole, yarn over, pull it through. You have 2 on your hook, and you're going to single crochet across this entire row. So whenever you're done single crocheting across the row, go ahead and start up the video again. Okay guys, so I did my single crochets across to the very end, and what I wanted to emphasize is that when you get to the very end, this triple chain that we did right here for to start that row, make sure you get into the count 1, 2, 3. Make sure that you get into that chain there, because that counts as one of your treble crochets in the row. Because right now there's, you know, if you counted, there's only 9, so this makes the 10th. So let's go ahead and single crochet into that. All right, and that makes 10. So now we have single, double, treble, single. So now we want to go ahead and do another row of single. So let's go ahead and chain 1, turn our work, and we're just going to go ahead and go right into the first hole, and we're going to single crochet right across that row. So let's go ahead and single crochet, and I will see you back in a minute. Okay, so your pattern should be looking a little something like this with your treble crochets, your 2 rows of single crochets. So now what we want to do is we kind of just want to reverse the pattern and start going back. So now we're going to do a treble crochet, then a double, and then a single. So let's go ahead and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's turn our work, and in the second hole from the hook here, so we got this one right here, which is at the very bottom of the chains, and then we have this second one here. So we want to go into that second one, so let's go ahead and yarn over twice, go through that second hole, yarn over, pull it through, and then we're going to yarn over, pull it through 2 of the loops on your hook, yarn over, pull it through 2 more, yarn over, pull it through 2 more, and that will count as your second treble crochet. So go ahead and treble crochet across this row, and pause the video and start the video back up as soon as you're done treble crocheting across this row. Okay, so now that you have your next row of treble crochets done, we're going to go ahead and chain 2. We're going to turn our work. It's looking so cute. We're going to turn our work, and then in the second hole, not the first, but the second hole here, we're going to yarn over once. We're going to go into that second hole. We're going to yarn over, pulling that yarn through that hole, and we're going to do the double crochet. So through 2 loops, yarn over, pull it through the next 2. And this starts your first double crochet and your second double crochet. So let's go ahead and double crochet across these chains here, these loops, and I will see you back in just a few moments. Okay, so now that you have your next row of 10 double crochets, what we're going to do is we're going to just chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to do a row of single crochets right across. So let's go ahead and go into our first hole here. It's 1, and let's just keep going.
2.
Okay, so now that you have your double crochets across, we're going to chain 1. We're going to turn our work, and we're going to single crochet across these 10 double crochets. So let's go ahead and get started. On the very first hole, let's go ahead and do our first crochet, single crochet, and then let's single crochet right across the top. So what we have is, we have single, double, treble, single, single, treble, double, single. So what we're going to want to do is, on the next row, we're going to do another row of singles, then we're going to go to doubles, trebles, singles again. So we're just going to keep doing this pattern all the way across till you get it to the length that you want it. Normally I do a length in between, anywhere in between, like, depending, 55 to 65 inches, maybe a little longer if the person is taller. But I hope this is an easy pattern for you guys to follow. The pattern will be in the description box. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them in there. And yeah, let's wrap this up.
All right, guys, so there you have it. Your first challenge for a blanket. I think you guys can handle this. I know that you've been practicing your single, your double, and your treble crochets from the first few videos that I have. And I think you're up for the challenge. So I hope you like it. I hope you're enjoying this, and I will see you on the next episode.